Welcome to this morning's Table Talk. I'm Sandy. I have with me today
Shelly.
BJ.
And we are happy to have you with us. So, got a little bit to talk about today. Why don't we talk about what you've been working on, because it's fantastic.
Oh,
I
well,
love it so
I'm
much.
almost done.
Yes, you are.
I'm ready to go to the quilter here. So I've been working on a Christmas tree, Christmas quilt. It's called Oh Christmas Tree. Now, I don't know too much about this designer. She's
don't either.
local.
Yeah, she's a local designer. She came in one day, showed me
during
some of her
shop talk.
patterns. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just thought this pattern was so pretty.
And so this is what I'm making. It still needs to
And
have
since
the,
I like to give you things that have lots of pieces,
yes, because
because you
doesn't
love
like-
lots of pizzas.
She doesn't
She
like
does.
me to bug her all the time with projects, but I do have the.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'll show you the border here in a second, but
It's gonna be beautiful. Oh. And
It's-
tell them about these little units here.
oh, this is the little stars
Little
here
star.
are actually foundation paper pieced, and so that does make them much more doable.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be hesitant about. I mean, I love doing foundation paper piecing because it's just so exact.
Yeah.
And so it, but I mean, it does take a little bit of time, but they go together.
But look
and,
at your
and you
perfect
can
little
have,
points with these little, what is this, 1/2-inch finished?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is just finished at a 2-inch
Yeah, block.
block, which is, you know,
So cute.
just easy as pie.
Yeah.
And so my border is going to be a directional fabric. So we'll be putting that into the kit, so you'll be able to have the lengthwise going the right direction, and then the crosswise, of course.
So it's so pretty
And
with
so
this.
I just think it's going to be lovely. So I'm really excited about
That will
getting
be
this
the
one
border.
finished.
Very Christmas, very,
Very, very
I love
traditional
it.
type
Yeah.
Christmas, yes.
Yeah. so
Love
pretty.
it.
So we'll be having, you know, hopefully I'll take this to the quilter tomorrow, and then it will probably be in the shop in another week to two,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So
So pretty. That's a big project.
it is. I'm excited
Yep.
to get it finished.
It's like that. You did a beautiful Christmas one last year with trees and stuff.
Yes.
So I think this one's going to be
Yes.
just as popular
Yeah, it
as
will be.
last year's.
Yeah, this
So.
is my annual tradition, I guess, for the shop.
Just to do those beautiful red and green, and yeah, just so
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Love it.
So
Shelly, what
Fun.
have you been working on?
Well, I have several projects, so I'm making a couple bags for the store.
Yep.
So those are just kind of scattered all over right now, so
Yep.
I didn't want to bring those, but those will be shown later, not lately. Anyway, I made this, and I just have to get this quilted, so I've kind of got it all,
Sandwiched.
yeah,
together.
sandwiched together. But made this advent calendar out of the
Whoops.
Merry Making, excuse me. Merry Making, and I just added. The panel was just kind of just the
Just the
advent, and I thought,
squares.
that's kind of boring. So I
Yeah.
just added. There's a panel that came with that line, so I just cut that and then just added, just to
Cute.
give it a little bit of uniqueness.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
there is
Little
that.
pockets for your
Yes,
treats.
for the treats.
Cute.
And then I made this one. So all of a sudden I'm in Christmas
Bright,
too. Or
yeah,
just like
you're
Christmas.
like Christmas.
So this is more of a brighter Christmas sweater looking type
Mhm.
quilt. So I did that one.
it's a
So we
very
had that
modern
one.
feel.
modern.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It is, and it's
So-
such a great pattern for because you really want to see that
Yeah.
big block
Yes.
of that.
Yeah.
Because that's
You
such a
do.
cute pattern.
And that's fairly
Yeah.
easy. That's not hard.
Yeah.
You're just using 10-inch squares and you're cutting some of them to make your strips and
Yep.
just sewing it all back together. So
And then you're putting some strips down the
I
center.
did. I had a few left over, so I thought, why not?
Yeah,
Do
like
that on the
where
back.
you just use up those pieces that you have left over.
And then
use
I've
up.
done this one too. This is
Oh yes.
Lori Holt. This is her
You got
plaid
it down.
plaid
Okay, we gotta hold
pines.
this
Yeah,
one
we're
up.
gonna have to
We're
sit
gonna have to
down.
hold this up here.
Shelly, you've been busy.
You have been.
Whoops. Oh, you want it down?
Oh,
What
no,
are we
that's
doing?
fine.
I can't even tell what we're doing. Anyway, it's called
Plaid.
Plaid Pines is the name of it.
So cute. I love
And
it.
so that one's all done, and that was gonna be in the store now.
Yep.
Hanging up with that.
Very nice.
So this one once again takes your layer cakes or your 10-inch squares.
Yep.
So
Oh,
that
it's
one.
so awesome. Awesome, awesome. And how were the trees to piece? on that?
I used a template
Yep,
that she
okay.
offered for that, and so
Yeah.
they were really fairly easy. It wasn't too bad at all.
Good.
Just cut that, and so it made it fairly easy. And then I don't even worry about, the backgrounds are different colors. You have a
Yeah.
blue, yellow, gray, and a red. And I'm just like, when I laid it out, I was like, yeah, it's not gonna matter if
Yeah,
the blue's next
no.
to a blue or red. I don't want to have
Love it.
to,
Think too much on it.
think too much laying this one out. So
So cute.
that made it really nice.
You've been busy, girl.
I have.
You've been busy.
And then I'm gonna be and this is up on our website now for sign-ups, but Toil and Trouble, this is by Meegs and Me, so this is a block of the month. It's gonna go 3 months with this one.
This is the new Little Miss
It's called
fabric
Little
collection.
Miss. It's really, really cute.
Really cute.
So we'll be starting that, so we'll have sign-ups for that.
And that one has embroidery.
Uh-huh. It has
Yeah,
some-
embroidery, and it's embroidery and applique.
Okay.
So just kind of showing the fun little, the fabrics. This is like one of the
So cute.
rows that's going to be made. But I think it's just so cute. The little
Yeah.
girl walking her spider. I just think it's so fun.
So cute.
Fun little Christmas going
Yeah.
on there. So that's going to get started in August, the 1st of August.
Yep.
So yeah,
we
so
have a-
probably when this airs, it'll be pretty close to
And
that.
we're
So-
about half sold out on that.
Half sold,
So
okay.
if you're interested.
all right, so if you're interested,
Yep.
that's going to get started. So
So we've got that
That's
block of the
what
month,
I
and we've
have.
got Santa, the Tree, the Turkey, and Me, and we're half
Coming
sold
up.
out of that one as
Yeah.
well. So that's
Okay,
great.
yeah.
And Wendy has a finish that I was going to show.
Oh, we need to show them.
oh yeah, you can just toss
Let's see,
those.
take this. So Wendy just finished the table runner from Riley Blake for this month. And it's kind of a fun little,
That
what
is
what is this shape? Is it a
like a.
Octagon.
Okay, I'm like,
I
is
know,
that a
it's
star
eight.
sign shape? Is
Yes,
that what
it
an
is.
octagon? Okay, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So this, and it comes all in its lovely little box kit from Riley Blake.
It's really
So she
fun, though. I
finished that
like
one,
it.
yeah. So something not Christmas, right?
Yes,
We've
exactly.
actually got something not Christmas. Yeah.
Yes.
But now we need to talk about something Christmas.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I
Yes,
didn't grab the
again.
patterns. Do you know where the patterns are for that? I have Kathy grab one.
The right there.
Right here.
Okay, go around to your left. Right there. On the top. Oh, no, stop. Right there.
Right there. Yep. Okay. We're directing your mouse. Okay, so Moda has started a, what is it called? What are they
Letters?
calling it? Letters to Santa. Letters to Santa. And on the 25th of every month, they are releasing, it's kind of a free form sew along. There's like not really a lot of direction as far as, they're showing some words that they're using, but they're saying,
Do whatever
use
you
whatever
want.
fabrics
Make
you
whatever
want,
words.
whatever words you want. The words are all made up using this pattern called Mini Alphabet Quilt, and this is Primitive Gatherings pattern. And we have these in stock on the store, so Mini Alphabet Quilt. So all the letters in your alphabet are there, and you just, on Moda's website, they have graph paper for you, and layout diagrams, so you can design and pick your words and lay them out how you want them. They've got lots of suggestions for little, like there's a really small quilt, there's a bigger quilt, there's I mean, you could do pillows.
They
you
did
could
one
do,
that's more Christmassy. There's one that I notice is more of a religious type one.
Right?
And,
Yeah, I mean,
so you
too.
any kind of
Yeah.
word
and they've used
you
one.
could use.
They've used one that's just all solids. They show one in all solids, but their designers are going to be stitching words in different fabrics and such. So
Yeah.
we are doing all kind of Christmas low volume for our background instead of all white, which you'll see on theirs. I think they're showing all of them have
Might
just
be
a
all the
white
same.
background, but
Mhm.
we are using just Christmas low volumes, and we are
That's so
doing
cute.
words. So all the employees are going to be doing these, and then we are going to quilt this quilt and donate it for Festival Trees.
Oh,
So
nice.
this will be made by all the employees. So this is Kathy's block for this.
Oh,
She's
cute.
done the word cheer.
Woohoo.
And I just love this with that pink. I love
it's-
pink.
It's very sweet.
I think
Very
that's really
fun.
sweet. We didn't know, Kathy's like, I don't know how's the plaid gonna look. Oh, I love that plaid. with
I
that.
think it's turned out really
It's
cute.
really
Yeah.
good.
So-
I love
Yeah.
it.
We've got cheer. And I did give, so ours is gonna be red and green and pink
Mhm.
is our, but all different, like low volume for the backgrounds. Shelly is Rudolph.
Oh.
So
And I
she's-
also started one that was going to say Twinkle.
Yep.
So my
So
next one will be
some of
Twinkle.
us picked small words.
Some
of us bigger words, some,
words.
So I picked candy canes because when we were laying this out, we're like, okay, we need a 3-letter word. Okay, well, we need a 9-letter word. We need, because I had the employees tell me what word you want to use, and then I was laying them out, and I'm like, okay, I need a 5-letter word because this isn't working.
Right.
So we needed candy canes, and so this is how much I've done so far. Can.
She can.
Can.
Can give. There we go. Put the can.
But it'll say candy canes, and the background on this is the little candy canes, which I think
Cute.
is so
what a
cute.
great background.
Yeah,
Perfect.
just a fun background for that. So it's just really a kind of a sew along, just free form.
Right.
Do your thing. Do what fabrics you have. Use your stash, or come in and buy some fun low volume Christmas and follow along with us. But I think it's gonna be really fun.
I think so too. I enjoyed making that, and it
They were
really
fun,
didn't
yeah.
take me very long. I just sat down, put on
yeah.
Netflix, and
Yep.
I was off. So yeah, it made it really
That's
fun.
great.
The only change
Yeah.
that we've done is I changed the R a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just so if anyone's interested, I do have R changed to the letter R. I don't know, something in the layout of the R just didn't please my eye for some reason, so I changed how I made the R. But everything else, we're just using the pattern as it is, and just and there will be fun little blocks to put in between your
Like a
pieces.
star,
Like a star and a
wasn't there-
Christmas tree,
Yeah,
and
they had just
so
different
each
ones.
month they will be showing those. So it's the 25th of every month through November. They'll be showing multiple words. So you'll just need to get the pattern, and then just your fabrics.
Just your
and
fabrics.
So long, have some fun.
Matter of
If you want, like I'm gonna take and I want to just do a word because I love this fabric, this combination. So I'm gonna do using bigger letters from the Moda spell it. Is it
Spell It? I think
Spell
it's
It with
called
Moda.
Spell It
They
with
have the
Moda,
free
yeah.
little, but they're big
Yeah.
letters. If you did the whole quilt in that, it would be huge.
It would.
One of the quilts that they have on their website I thought was so cute. It's Christmas movies.
Oh, the movies, yes. I
Did you
saw
see that one?
I saw that
thought
one.
that's so
yeah.
cute. That was really.
Yeah.
It says It's a Wonderful Life, and it has.
Grinch.
Yep, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Elf, different ones.
Yeah.
So
And if you go to the Moda website, go to the inspirations.
yes. So if you go to
Page, you'll find it,
modafabrics.com and then look for where it says inspirations, and then it'll say there somewhere.
Right, you don't
They'll-
have to
in the
go to
list
any
there.
other page.
Yeah.
It will be right on that inspirations. So,
Yeah, inspirations. So really fun. We'll put a link to that so you
Matter
can
of fact,
get direct.
the other
to that.
day when I was working, there was a mom with her 2 daughters in here, and they all 3 of them bought their low volumes and their reds and
Oh,
their
yeah?
greens for their
Yeah,
letters.
fun.
They had it all designed,
Yeah.
and they were ready to go. So that's kind of fun.
So
to
you'll
see.
just sew your words and one thing I wanted to tell you to be mindful of when you are sewing this, if you're doing this, because it's really easy to miss this. Pay attention to when Moda tells you, they'll show you what this finish size is you're supposed to have here.
they're not adding the half
It
inch.
says 1 by 2
Five.
by 5
or
by
whatever.
5
Yeah.
finished. So you've got to know that that's got to be 1.5 by 5.5 for
That
each
you're-
of your spacers.
That you're cutting. You're
and then
cutting
for
it,
your
yeah.
strips for your top and bottom using your same background fabric, they've got to be 1.5 by
by
the width.
whatever the length.
And
yeah.
also on the pattern, there's a box, and I won't show you the thing to protect the copyright here, but if I can show. Okay, so for instance, here, the box shows your cut size,
Mm-hmm.
but when you look at the block itself, it's showing you
The
the
finished.
finished size.
Oh,
So
okay.
it can be tricky in that you'll start looking at
Yeah, you'll
the
start
block
pulling your
itself.
pieces, and you'll say, "Oh, I need a
You've
2
gotta
by
make-
1."
yeah,
No, wait,
make
that's
sure
2
you're
and a half
make
by
sure
1
you're
and a
following
half.
your
Yeah.
cut instructions in the top.
Yeah.
So, and I kept getting off because the pattern, the letter is light and the background is dark.
Oh.
And when I was doing my candy cane, that's why it says can, because I did can, and then I did the CA for the, and I kept messing up.
Messing up the coloring.
Like
Oh,
coloring,
no.
'cause I'm like, oh wait, no. It was one of those things where when you've made 3 mistakes, it's time to just set it aside and go, my brain's not.
Tomorrow.
You know,
Yeah.
and what I do is I'll take one letter, take one of the letters, and I'll lay it out so I
Yeah.
know what it is, and
Yeah.
then
And I did that on my give, and I
didn't
wasn't
do it
doing
on
it
the
on my candy cane, and
yeah,
I totally messed me up.
yeah.
But also, I went through and wrote out. So I wrote out candy canes,
Mhm.
and because I needed so many of this size block, but I needed it for the A, and I was going to use it again in another A, and I was
Oh.
so I went through.
You
and,
were trying to say, okay,
Well,
I
I
need
did, and
4
I-
of this kind of, 4
and I
of
did
that
that for the
size,
words that Kathy was doing.
Uh-huh.
I said you're going to need this label, and so we
And
used
that's what I did.
Yeah.
I went through and wrote it all down on a
Mhm.
piece of paper. Then when I got my low
Yep.
volume or whatever, I just cut what I had, checked it
Mhm.
off, and then I just
Yeah.
went through, laid it all
and
out.
I used my
yeah.
Lori Holt stickers A, B, and then
Oh,
so then all my because I needed a bunch of little 1.5 inch squares.
mhm,
So
mhm.
anyway,
Yeah.
but you can just do it a letter at a time, whatever works for you.
Yep.
So, but that's kind of
Fun,
fun. So all
fun.
the employees will be sewing along with that. We'll be showing you our words and just having some fun with it. So join along. We are doing Gather and Give. It'll be on August. This is after store hours. We will be gathering and having some special items to purchase, some handmade cross stitch. We'll have some quilts. Any of the proceeds that we make that night from selling those items will be going 100% of it going to Shriners Hospital for Children. And we will have a service project available that night that we'll be doing for the children to benefit Shriners Hospital. I'll be sending out some information of things that they are looking for. They do a little cart that they take around, and the kids can pick a prize or
cart.
some little gift off of the cart.
Mhm.
And so there's a list of items that they can use to go on that cart, like little crayons, books, things. So I'll have a list that we'll be posting. We'll send out an email about Gather and Give coming soon. So mark your calendars for that. It'll just be a nice evening we'll have refreshments and just some information on Shriners Hospital. Our family has really been touched by Shriners Hospital. A number of the kids in our family, and some are now adults, that have really benefited from the great work that Shriners Hospital does. And one thing is with Shriners Hospital is you will never get a bill. They help. You will never
Mhm.
get a bill for what they do. One nephew, when you're talking about prosthetics, limb prosthetics, and children, they grow so fast. You have to get a new prosthesis so often, and they are expensive. And it
Yeah.
can break a family to try and provide that for their child.
absolutely.
And Shriners helps with that from the time they are little, just learning to walk with their first little prosthesis to they graduate out of high school, and they've been able to have a normal lifestyle.
Life, yeah.
So it's just a great program. I'm excited to be doing something to benefit them. So watch for that.
And we did the Hello Cotton come to pick up those.
Oh yeah, and Hello Cotton. I don't think they came in yesterday, did they?
No.
I think they're still upstairs. So
Hello Cotton.
we are still receiving blankets for the wrap
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Rock Ukraine, yeah.
Wrap is it wrap
Wrap Ukraine.
Ukraine in
With
In
in
quilts.
quilts? Yeah, it's wrap
Something
Ukraine in
like
quilts.
that.
Yeah. And Gina I think she may have just returned from
I think she
Yeah.
did. Just got back from
just
there.
got
yeah.
back. But so we have a number of quilts here, and we are still accepting quilts for them. So if you have quilts that you want to donate, bring them in, and we will make sure that they get those so they can get those delivered.
And they've done thousands. I mean,
Thousands.
it's like
It was
6,000
6,000 something the
Mhm.
last I checked.
Yeah.
Just a great thing to be doing, and
Yes,
showing
it
some
is.
love from the U.S. to those over there that are.
Suffering.
I know that
so
Yes.
much suffering.
wrapping yourself in a quilt can really be comforting.
Mhm.
So my daughter, after she lost her son, my sister Holly made her just a beautiful quilt, and had hearts, and then it had his name on it. It had Minky on the back, and Kaylee has used that to wrap up and to feel comfort when she's
Mhm.
struggling, and I know that it makes a difference having that tangible thing to hold on to that tells you someone knows that you were
It
hurting,
does.
you know, and cares. So I'm sure that it's
Just
that
kind of
same
makes you
thing
feel
in
just
Ukraine.
your little piece of heaven, your
Yeah.
safe place.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you just think.
And that
I just
someone
think of
thought
my
enough.
kids, and they're all, you know.
Yeah.
Every time we go on vacation, there's always one or two that have their special
Mhm.
blanket or quilt that I've made or that they purchased that they have to take with them on
Yeah.
vacation. It's like, really? No.
Yeah. We
But
just
no,
went
it's so
camping.
fun.
We just went camping up the property this week, and Holly needed some more quilts because I had a family that stayed in my trailer the one night, and so she gave them quilts to use on their bed.
Mhm.
Her quilts in her trailer are all her priest quilts,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Ooh." So after this family wasn't using the trailer anymore, they were so cute. I didn't want to get mine
Just
out.
kind of
I was just like, I left them out because they were really cute to have the baby sleeping on. They were so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so quilts just make us happy. Let's make some people happy. Okay, Emerald, do you have a finish?
Oh yes.
You want to come around and show that?
Well, they probably seen this bag because somebody came in and then I saw her bag. I asked,
Yeah.
and she say, "Oh, it's from Sandhill."
So this is the Sandhill Sling. It's called.
And yeah, so like they give you like a pocket or like I don't know what.
You can do a
Shelly-
snap
yeah,
or
you
a
can do
zipper.
it,
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
did I close
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yes, you
Close
did.
it So you've got your
So
outside
you got your-
pocket.
And then like you got like an interior. It's a double
So
zipper, and you don't have to worry about where you open. And here's your another pocket. And then so instead of D-rings, which is what they ask you to use, like we have all these packing in
Mhm.
our store. I use these one just because I want it to be more like, I don't know.
Easier to get on and
Maybe.
off probably.
Yeah.
Because that one you can detach from it and then
So,
So that's a
put
good
that on
idea.
there, Emerald. Show us how that works. Putting your little bag on there.
Oh yeah, sure.
See you model that.
Model
thing.
that for us.
Yes.
I'm a left shoulder person. don't
She's
even
like,
know
does not
myself.
feel good.
So yeah.
But yeah.
And then
Cute.
like if you want it front, you just grab stuff, which is
Awesome.
nice.
Yep. Super
Yeah.
cute.
And that is one of the ones
This
I'm
is
gonna
you're
make
gonna
for
make
the
one
store.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make it for the
Do you
store
make
so we
the
can have that.
zipper one or the?
I probably will. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. zipper
Shelly's not
one's
afraid
really
of
good.
zippers, so
I'm
she'll
not
have a
afraid.
zipper.
And then yeah, so I like it because like they have tutorial on their YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And it makes it
Makes it easier.
Yeah.
To
To do
follow
so. If you have
along.
any questions, you can go to the YouTube channel and watch that for some assistance. So excellent, Emerald.
Yes.
See, I'm so
Amazing.
intimidated by bags, and there's Emerald. I got it.
Do you use a canvas fabric?
On that one,
You're using a canvas.
I think I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, I did because
Okay.
I'm the
On
other
the
bag
exterior
has
anyway.
canvas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can have.
you
That
can
makes it
cotton or
fun.
canvas or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And do we want to
Oh,
talk about that? pattern?
Also, we've got the new pattern in. You're the boss. Cross stitches. So Lori Holt has stitched. You are the boss of your own quilt, but you can put and the lettering's in here, so you can put anything you want in there. You could just rearrange and just do individual blocks for little bowl fillers. So it's just
Mhm.
kind of a fun new cross stitch put out by It's So Emma. So we've got that in. Always getting new stuff in all the time, like
Wow.
fabric craziness. But
Yes.
yeah. What else we got to talk about, Emerald?
So we're talking about modern quilting versus
Yes.
traditional quilting today, I guess.
Okay.
And then so like this is just an episode that we give our customer an idea of what's the difference because there are people with different preferences, and then I want to know what you like and then what we can tell them about. So I'll give a brief introduction of like what modern quilt is.
Mhm.
Just like by definition that I found online, doesn't say it's right. It says like the characteristic includes but not limited to the use of bold colors and prints, like solid, they use it more, or like high contrast and graphic areas of solid color, a lot of solids, improvisational piecing, minimalism, which means like they just don't have a lot of design.
A lot of
They have
pieces,
like
lot
a
of-
corner that's designed, and then the rest is like white or solid. Expensive and negative space.
Yep.
That's
Lots
what
of
I have.
negative space usually.
So yeah, and then you probably find some pictures online, and then I just want to know, like, for you, like, from the picture you have seen,
Mhm.
which one do you prefer? Like, do you prefer traditional or do you prefer modern?
DJ.
I'm a traditional person, but I love probably my favorite is Civil War fabrics. But I really like that kind of old feel, but I don't even know if I've done too many modern quilts at all. I probably have done a few
Yeah.
here and there.
Because I would
But
consider the one that you did out of the canyon,
yes,
was it canyon rim?
right.
I would
This one.
consider that to be modern.
I think
Even though
that
there's
seems
symmetrical
more-
designs in it, I feel like that's kind of
Mhm.
more of a modern
I would agree.
feel to that.
Well, and I think they do a traditional block, like a star or
Mhm.
whatever, and they make it more in modern fabrics,
Mhm.
you know, not more traditional.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get that crossover as well.
And I've seen where it's like a whole white quilt or whatever, but down in the one corner there can be just like a simple block, you know, but
Mhm.
then it's got all this
Right.
tight quilting.
or you
and,
just
know, it's
have
kinda
blotches of just a
Just
triangle
random,
or something, and the rest
Yeah.
is, and it's probably more of your quilting that probably makes your
Mhm.
quilt.
cool. So the most modern one,
yeah.
and I've shown this before, but to me, this is completely
To me, it's
a modern.
very
Yeah.
modern
Yeah.
feel.
Um,
Absolutely.
Minimal color, lots of background.
Mhm.
Yes.
The fabrics are definitely not traditional. That Zen Chic's patterns are all modern,
Yes.
Yes, they
if you
are.
ask me. Now, this wasn't one of
Well,
Zen
then that
Chic's
goes back
pattern,
to, you
but
know,
this
your
is-
quilting, and that
Yeah.
kind of makes
Mhm.
that quilt.
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would be modern. This is let's see, is Red Geese Zen Chic's pattern, Cap?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So this one is Red Geese that we've shown before. So it's got lots of white. It's got a traditional flying geese block, but they go all different
Mhm,
directions. They're
directions.
not throughout the whole thing. You've got this negative space. So this would be
Mhm.
considered just
Right.
a modern take on.
But then I think using so many low volumes
Yeah.
for a background makes it
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
quite modern as well.
Right.
Yes.
And
And,
then
and I
no
love low
borders.
volumes.
Oh, I do too. I think
Yeah.
that is just so much
So
fun.
adds so much interest,
So.
but so we do a mix, I think, here of what would be considered more modern feel versus traditional.
Mhm, mhm.
Because even sometimes when we do a real traditional, we're using more of a modern fabric. So and you know, I don't have a problem. Like, I love this quilt, but I love little piece, you know,
Mhm.
intricate blocks as well. What about
Yeah.
you?
You know, when I first started out quilting, I did more of the traditional, more of the 30s and the Civil War,
reproduction.
yeah, reproduction type things, and just as I just kind of, my tastes have changed, and I do more of the, you know, brighter
Yeah.
traditional.
And
that
this,
way.
like the quilting pattern in this is definitely a modern
Oh, yeah.
quilt,
The pickup sticks.
the pickup sticks,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is what this is pattern that it's quilted in. I mean, that's a modern
Oh, very
Yeah.
much so.
quilt
For
pattern.
sure.
Yeah, very much
Um,
so.
And so, yeah, I just think it depends on the fabric, what I'm, you know, I like both,
Mhm.
but I love a good star block. I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I just love
Mhm.
star blocks. You know, I think they're fun, but.
Well, I just think it's fun because Riley Blake has done where they do all the different blocks, but they do it more in a solid or
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
more of a
Yeah.
basic
Yeah, we've done
fabric.
the solids
And you can do that. I mean, you have
Yeah.
9 different blocks you make in there, you know. So that's
and that improvisational type
Mhm.
is fun to do, like
Mhm.
to take and do a log cabin, but not measuring, not making sure you're
are exact.
exact.
Yeah.
That maybe your strip goes off this direction, and so your block ends up. You know,
Mhm.
and that's kind of
So
fun.
that's fun.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that is.
So.
I also think, like, because it has more background or more space,
Mhm.
and then that's easier for the beginners because you probably have a block
Yeah.
of the hardest part to put together, and then the rest you don't really worry
More negative
much.
space. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like this one, I mean, you've got lots of big squares. And where it's this random, you know, Kathy's points are great, but like
Yes.
you wouldn't notice as much on this if the points weren't quite so as you would on, like, say, a specific star block that, you know, because this just has so much movement in it.
Right.
But yeah. So I think it's just what.
This is probably an easier way to start when you're just learning how to quilt versus something with all the.
Because they're symmetrical, right? The traditional one, and then like you think you would notice more if you made some mistake. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah, this is something
This
easier
is
rather
an
than
easy-
9-inch blocks, and you've got 25 pieces
Pieces in
in
it.
each block, and you've got
Or little half-inch triangles
Stars.
on your 2-inch Ohio, you know,
Yes.
star pot.
Yes.
But foundation paper piecing makes that easy. So,
but still, yes, definitely.
but I think whatever you like, whatever the fabric calls to you. Some fabrics just call to you and say this needs to be more modern.
Right.
This is very traditional feel. So you know, but I like it all.
Okay. Let's ask the last question that so this is the pattern I'll put here. So I asked you guys if you were to put together a quilt like this, and then what fabric you would choose, right? Do you mind to share your choice of
So we
fabrics?
just were like, Emerald said, choose 3 to 5.
It's like a test.
She give us
Fabrics.
20 seconds.
Yeah, in the store.
Hurry right now.
So I picked, and I love these fabrics. These are just the softest, sweetest. This low volume here. I don't know if you'll even be able to see it on camera, but those little sheep.
Little sheeps.
So I figured this for my background with this, with my piecing. So that's what I picked. Something really soft, modern
could
little
even-
baby
we
quilt for
have-
modern mamas.
We have kind of gone towards using the linen, like a nice Essex for a background, and you could even go with a tan or a,
Yeah,
you know, something. They might
but I've
even
got to
have
do
a
some
pink
kind
one
of a
you could do
sweet little baby
background.
quilt out of these, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
We've got to. So, anyways,
Very fun.
so that's what I picked.
How about
Okay,
you,
so-
Shelly?
Let's see what.
So
you got,
these
Sarah.
right now, I did more just woohoo.
You did. Is that all?
This
as
is
well?
art gallery fabrics that I had picked.
Yeah.
And so those would be kind of fun. And I didn't really pick one for a background like Sandy did. I just picked one more like if I did this, what I do.
For
You
all
know.
the flying geese. part.
Yeah. So that would be fun.
Is that all
way.
as well, or is it a mix of the?
It might be a mix of the different ones that we have over there.
And I picked some Tilda fabrics because
Tilda.
I love
Those colors are pretty.
these colors. I
just
just love them,
yeah.
and they just have such a modern feel because of the color and the design on them as well.
Yeah, this is not a traditional pink that we see. You know, it's that. I don't know what you. Raspberry fuchsia. I don't know, but it's so
But it's
pretty.
a little bit gray, though. All of these are.
Yeah.
But I would probably choose like a cream off-white background to go
Yeah.
with this. And I just think it could be
Yeah.
really a beautiful,
Love it.
beautiful.
Well, and then I just picked. This is kind of boring, but
Boring.
if you did more of a masculine rather than we have
Yeah.
lots of florals and stuff, and so if you wanted to make one for the man in your life or whatever, you could pick something like this. You could do
Yeah.
it in blacks and grays
Yeah.
or
Right.
or navies or some kind of a
Yeah.
blue. You could pick several one out that way.
Great
So
idea.
Yeah, I like this part. I mean, this choice.
that choice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I always
so-
think feminine.
I know that's what when I saw us pull that, I'm like, wow, we got to think of a man
That
quilt.
was very sweet.
And that would look really good with a linen background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Really good.
Yeah.
Just subtle.
Yep. So anyway,
So that's what we picked.
That's so good to know. Yeah, I'll put them together as like a PDF to show.
Awesome.
okay.
Then we'll see how it looks.
Yeah,
Right.
And we'll be
because
like,
I wonder.
oh, why did you like
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see. I can't wait to see it. Well, we are so glad that you joined us for Table Talk. Comment if you would. Follow us if you want to see more of our videos and such. If you comment, it'll show up more often in your feeds and help us out. So we appreciate you following along and all the nice things you say to us when you come into the store. It's so fun. We appreciate it.